Hey folks, Mike Johnson here. If it's got wheels and an engine, you're in the right place. On this channel, we dive into car repairs, maintenance tips, and everything you need to keep your ride running smooth. If you're into cars and want to keep learning, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. All right, enough talking. Let's get into it.
You're stuck in a shopping center parking lot with a dead battery. Luckily, there's a kind passerby ready to give you a helping hand, and you've got jumper cables in the trunk. But there's just one problem: you don't know how to plug them in. Why don't you know? Because you can't remember which battery terminal is positive and which is negative. Hopefully you've got your smartphone handy, so you can check out this article and get some clarification. Then you can get off to a good start and, hopefully, be back on the road. As a rule, there's a red protective cover on the positive battery terminal. How to tell which side of the battery is positive and which is negative? Determining which battery terminal is positive and which is negative is a relatively simple matter. Because mixing up a set of jumper cables can damage your vehicle, most car manufacturers make it easy to distinguish between positive and negative terminals. What color is positive on a car battery? Some people ask, is red positive on a car battery? And the answer is yes, at least most of the time. As a general rule, there's a red protective cover, or a black cover with a red plus symbol sign, over the battery's positive terminal. The cover is there to prevent accidental short circuits. Of course, sometimes this cover is missing, and you have to look for other clues. Fortunately, most batteries also have a plus symbol and minus symbol sign stamped into the case. As you might guess, the plus sign indicates the battery's positive terminal, while the minus sign indicates the battery's negative terminal. Most batteries also have a plus and minus sign stamped into the case. In many cases, the battery cable itself will also be red. Although sometimes it's black, or just very dirty, so you can't always rely on color alone. What color is negative on a car battery? The negative cable on the battery is almost always black. But, as mentioned, the positive cable can also appear black. That's why you should always look for the plus symbol and minus symbol signs etched into the battery case. How to connect jumper cables. The correct battery should have the positive jumper cable attached to the positive battery terminal and the negative jumper cable attached to the negative battery terminal. Quick starting a vehicle with a set of jumper cables is easy enough. Here's how it's done. Warning: mixing jumper cables or touching cable ends can damage the vehicle and potentially cause injury. 1. Put on your safety glasses and protective gloves. 2. Attach one end of the positive, red, jumper cable to the positive terminal of the flat battery. 3. Attach the other end of the positive, red, starter cable to the positive terminal of the correct battery. 4. Attach one end of the negative, black, jumper cable to the negative terminal of the correct battery. 5. Attach the other end of the negative, black, jumper cable to a grounding point on the vehicle with a dead battery. Bare, sturdy metal parts of the engine or chassis are good grounding points. Warning: do not connect the negative, black, jumper cable to the negative terminal of the flat battery. This can create sparks that ignite the battery's hydrogen vapors. 6. Check that connections are secure. 7. Start the vehicle with a good battery and bring the engine speed up to around 1,500 to 2,000 RPM. Maintain this engine speed for a few minutes. 8. Start the vehicle with a flat battery. 9. Once the engine is running, disconnect the negative flywheel cable which is connected to earth. 10. Remove the negative and positive jumper cables from the vehicle with the known good battery. 11. Remove the positive jumper cable from the vehicle that needed jump starting. 12. Run the engine for about 30 minutes to allow the alternator to charge the battery. On a vehicle with a flat battery, connect the negative flywheel cable to engine or chassis ground. The video below illustrates the above steps. If in doubt, consult your owner's manual. Still confused about battery terminals, jumper cables and starting? No problem. Your car's owner's manual contains detailed instructions on starting and maintaining the battery. What's more, if you've misplaced the printed copy of your owner's manual, digital versions are often available online. You can obtain them from the vehicle manufacturer's website, e.g., Toyota.com. In conclusion, distinguishing between the positive and negative terminals on a car battery is essential for safe and effective maintenance. Remember, the positive terminal is typically marked with a plus sign and often has a red cover, while the negative terminal is marked with a minus sign and usually has a black cover. Always ensure to connect the cables correctly to avoid any electrical mishaps. By following these simple guidelines, you can confidently handle your car battery and keep your vehicle running smoothly. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.